Hey, Jimmy B. Hey, this is Jimmy B. down at Cool Cat Billiards and Cafe, located off Merchants in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'd like to welcome you today. We're going to share 5 secrets that's guaranteed to improve your game if you apply them, practice them, and execute them while you're playing your game. With all that said, hey, let's get started. Okay, and just like in golf, the golfer approaches the tee, comes up to the tee, he looks down the fairway and he decides how far he has to go, what he has to do. Then he takes his stance behind the tee, gets his feet solid in a good solid stance, takes some practice strokes, looks down, addresses the ball just like we do in pool, but he does the same thing over and over and over. For instance, a basketball player goes to the free throw line, he has a pre-shot routine he goes through. Every time he dribbles the ball 3 times, maybe spins it in his hands, but he always does the same thing before he shoots his pre-shot. And remember, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some things here that will improve your game, and we've limited to only 5 that you can learn quickly and apply quickly, which will improve your game simply. And if you're a pool player, that's all we want is a better game. Five secrets to improving your game. We have first of the 5 would be your pre-shot routine. That's when you come to the table, prepare to make your shot, you chalk your stick, you do a couple of air strokes or whatever it is you do, that you do it every time, because it puts you in a mode to prepare to shoot the ball. Then once you go through your pre-shot routine, you come to the table and go down into your stance. The important thing about the stance is that you're comfortable and you're solid at the table and you're not leaning or teetering. You don't have too much weight on the front leg, too much on the back leg. You just need to be good and solid at the table. So what we want to do is always go through a pre-shot routine. You develop your own pre-shot routine. You cue your stick, you practice stroke your stick in the air, you work something out with yourself that brings you to the table, leaves everything at the bar weight, and focus you in on the game. So we went through our pre-shot routine. Number 2, we're going to begin to approach the table and prepare for our stance. So as we walk up, we turn, we bring ourselves down to the table. When we come into our stance, we want our right foot kind of at a 45-degree angle to our stick. And then we want our left foot, if you're right-handed, of course, it's opposite if you're left, forward with some weight on it, but most of your weight on your hind foot. And just get yourself comfortable, just kind of like a batter in a batter box. He squirms around a little bit till he gets where he feels comfortable. Now you're in a proper stance. Your head's down on a cue stick, you're looking straight ahead, your chin's out, your hand's a loose grip back here, and you got a good solid bridge. You need to have a good solid bridge hand. There's 3 or 4 different bridges, several different bridges actually, but the most popular is the closed bridge hand and the open bridge. And then of course when you bridge off the rail, you lay your fingers down on the rail like this, and that's a good solid bridge as that. The peace sign with your thumb. Use your thumb as a guide if you're bridging off of the rail. Put your thumb there, put your 2 fingers over there, and that gives you a good solid bridge. 3 bridges I want to show you. The closed bridge, make sure when you loop over and you bring this down, you don't have a big old air gap in here so the stick can move. You pull this bridge down tight. You see my skin moving back and forth as a saw? That's really not too tight. That's just good solid control. Then we're going to switch from that to our open bridge. Again, you just make a V with your index finger and your thumb, and you cradle the cue stick right in there. And this is used mostly for finesse shots or a nice, easy touch shot where you don't have to shoot too hard. Three things. We looked at the pre-shot routine, we looked at the stance, and we looked at our bridges. Possible bridges, there are several bridges, you just have to work them out, but the three we discussed are the most popular. Now, I want to talk about the stop shot. The stop shot is an absolute shot, in my opinion, that demonstrates your accuracy of your stroke. If you shoot a stop shot and the ball slides over to the left or to the right, that means you're off center. But if you shoot a straight shot into the corner pocket and just practice that repeatedly, then you start developing a good straight stroke, which enables you to grow from there. So don't discount the possibility of doing drills 20, 30, 40, 50 at a time till you get this stop shot really dialed in to where it just becomes natural to you. I step back, I do my pre-shot routine, I approach the table, I lay my chalk down, I come down into my stance, use my closed bridge for this. Sometimes I use open, but today I'm using closed. Take my time and aim. And shoot a nice smooth stop shot with good follow through. Now you notice when I shot that, the ball actually did not stop. It drew back a little bit. This is where you learn the telltale signs of your stroke. If the ball comes back, you had low English on it or bottom English on it. If it drifts off to the right, you didn't shoot it straight on. If it drifts off to the left, you didn't hit it straight on. And the thing I like to do, being the average pool player in America and the world, I like to lie to myself and say, oh, it's something about the cloth. No, it's nothing to do about the cloth or the stick. It's got to do with our eyes and the way you aim. Okay, now we've demonstrated a couple shots on the stop shot and how important it is because it tells you exactly where you're addressing the cue ball. So after you complete that drill, your stop shot, let's recap real quickly. We got our pre-shot routine, we got our stance, we got our bridge, and then we just shot a stop shot. The last thing I want to point out, and probably to me is the most important, is ball control and speed. So what I want to do is demonstrate a couple of lag shots for you. This will help you adapt quickly to the pool table when you go into a new room. You get out there and you shoot you 6, 8, 10, 12 lag shots. You'll begin to figure out how fast the table shoots or how slow the table shoots. Plus you acclimate yourself to the table and the surroundings. So most shots on a pool table can be made with shooting the same speed as a lag shot and move the ball completely around the table one time. So that's why I want to focus on this one lag shot. Our top 5 secrets to improve your game. So again, you do everything just as we talked about earlier. You do your pre-shot routine, you come into your stance, you get a nice solid bridge hand out on the table, and you just stroke this ball nice and easy with just a little bit of high English so it gets to rolling. And you shoot it down the table and watch it come back to this head rail. Now see, I've been practicing a little bit, as you might well imagine here at Cool Cat. But you don't want to go down on the ball. You want to be center and just a touch above. And then let the ball do its work. Remember, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you have a bad habit in your game and you're doing these drills and you say, I keep doing it this way, figure out how to eliminate that bad habit and put a good habit in its place. And if you need help with that, we will be glad to help you over here at Cool Cat Billiards and Cafe, just off Merchants Road in Knoxville, Tennessee.